Woo! Wow, Megan, it's been a week, hasn't it? We definitely didn't just
Yeah, a whole
change our
week.
tops.
Yeah. Look, my hair, it hasn't faded
Oh, it
at
looks so good.
all.
You just must have touched it up, and I definitely put mine up exactly how it was before. I mean, we didn't just change tops. Time has elapsed. That thing that happened, we saw it too on the internet. It was
Yeah,
there. Um,
yeah. I heard it's real. Um,
you know what? Who's to say?
yeah. It's time, Dan. Time is just a made-up construct.
Yeah, it is.
He
Yeah.
teases me quite a bit about, I said that one time like 4 years ago, and
Were you
it gets
had
brought up regularly.
had you
Um,
sampled some of the devil's lettuce,
yes,
as
yes,
it were?
indeed. Yes, indeed, I had. And I was just like, bro, like, time's just like a made
Time's
up
like made up,
construct.
like
Yeah,
it's not even real though. Hang on.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like, sort of true, but also not.
I can't hear you at all. I had to unplug my headphones because we're
Tech
poor and janky.
technical difficulties. Do I need to start,
No, it's
like,
fine.
singing? Like,
Sing the technical difficulty song for just a second.
I think this is the
No,
tune.
that's hey, don't careful there.
Oh,
Careful there.
oh. What's the one from Community?
Technical difficulties, we're gonna have them. You just start making up a song and then go with it now. Boop boop.
Technical
Oh right, perfect.
difficulties.
And we're back. And I'm in.
It's okay, everyone. I hope they skipped forward like 10 seconds.
Yeah, you know what? If you didn't, go back and then skip forward 10 seconds to pretend you didn't have to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to Tin Hat Time, everybody.
Yeah, you guys, it's that classy podcast that you all know and love, with your hosts, me, Hannah Jane, and over there to my right, maybe to my left. I'm not sure how it's set up on the YouTubes, but
I think
that's
it
Miss Megan
flips.
DeLuca right over there.
Yeah, hi everybody. Thanks for joining us. Hope you have your tin hats to put on. I feel like
Yeah,
we should just start saying that. I don't know why we don't say that. Like, put on your tin hats, everybody.
get your
No.
tin hat, put it on your head, make it out of tinfoil, roll it up, put it on yourself, man, because it's time. It's time once again to dig into our one of our most favorite subjects, and one that we're almost ready to wrap up on for our summer series, and that is it's aliens.
Aliens. Aliens. All I can
So
think
this
is
time,
the ancient aliens guy, that meme from History Channel, where
oh
it's just
no, I
like
know,
aliens.
no, I know, I've also been on the internet.
Yeah, I'm just describing it for people who can only hear us.
I feel like the way we said that described what we were doing.
I never know. I never know. I feel like clarification's always a good thing.
I don't
So,
know. I like to leave people confused
and that's why
and
you're a
unsure.
Sagittarius.
That's not why I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
part of
That's just the most Sagittarian trait. Leaving people confused in the dark,
it.
but
A little
also
horny.
entertained.
Yeah.
uh, what are we talking
Uh,
about this week?
we're
A
going to talk
different
about
week? It's a different
this on
week?
this entirely different week that's certainly not immediately after recording last week's episode. Time has passed.
Mm-hmm. It has.
It passed indeed.
That's how it
Um,
works.
yeah, we are going to talk about a a case that I was going to try to talk to us about to us like actual last week when I was quietly losing my mind and I couldn't manage it.
Which
Um,
is
which is the Andreason Affair, which is this amazing old book that's all tattered and worn and like, it's happened, you guys. I've started to purchase the books and to read them, and now I'm getting on lists. I'm sure of it. Um, so this is what?
easy there, killer.
What? That's
Just I think
that was a
you
nice and normal face that I just made,
yeah,
DeLuca. I don't want to hear.
you look like you were gonna slip a finger into that book. Just
No, Jesus, dude. Jesus Christ.
I mean, you were
I would get a
caressing it.
paper cut.
That's why you wouldn't do it. Oh man. Beer too, man. Too many beers.
Too many beers.
One
We
too
didn't
many
have
beers.
2 beers, and then we're not.
Of
Nobody here
course.
is lightly tipsy and recording a podcast. We are professionals.
Of course I'm drunk. I've had a whole beer.
Oh, you darling.
That's a supernatural reference.
I know it is.
Kelly'll get it.
I know.
What is the Andreason Affair?
So the Andreason Affair is a book that was written. It's the documented investigation of a woman's abduction aboard a UFO by Raymond E. Fowler, and with an introduction by our old friend J. Allen Hynek of Project Blue Book fame. And just the fact, yeah. So I'm going to tell you a tale today, Megan and fellow listeners. A tale of the most incredible woman who has ever been, I think, in any part of our tales. No, Megan, it's not you. Get your.
Okay.
I'm not talking about. It's not always about you.
I
dude.
mean, you built it up like it was for me.
Yeah, and I get that. However, I was not talking about you. I am talking about Betty Andreasson, who I believe she's still alive. So at the time, she is a mother of 7, very devout Christian woman. She's not fanatical in her belief system, according to the books, and like people who know her were like, yeah, she was a devout Christian, but she wasn't like gonna shove it down your throat or anything.
Yeah, just like went to church every Sunday. Like
went to church every Sunday, prayed every day, believed, just a very devout Christian woman. A fundamentalist Christian woman who believed in a pretty literal translation of the Bible. Yeah. So
that's where it
she
gets ya.
Yeah, and like not to talk shit about the Bible or anything. I can see God your face. It's beautiful. But like it's not, I'm not trying to say that she's stupid. Nobody's saying anything like that. It's just that that's just part of who she was. It was actually has a huge to deal with this case. It's not merely incidental, her deep Christian faith.
Yeah.
So like I said, she is a mother of 7. It's just after Christmas in, I believe, 1969. I'll double check that. I know, right? It's not that long after the Betty and Barney Hill incident, as a matter of fact.
Okay.
So her husband had gotten into a really bad car accident just before Christmas, and he was like laid up in bed and like his back was all fucked up. So her dad had come over to stay with the family. Her parents had basically moved in with them to help take care of the 7 kids, the laid up husband, the house, all the stuff. That's how that goes.
That's a lot.
They were she's like a first generation Finnish immigrant family.
Okay.
So they so her Betty's father and mother and her 7 kids and Betty are all hanging out in the house, and I think that her husband was at the hospital or something along those lines. Hang on, my thing is beeping or blink. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. It stopped blinking. Oh, that's good. I didn't actually have it plugged in and it was slowly dying.
Oh, that makes a difference.
Yeah, it does.
Was the lady's husband also slowly dying?
No, I don't think that he was. His back was fucked up and he was like in traction and stuff like that. But he was just kind of like at the hospital I think he had to have surgeries or something. He's not really mentioned a lot other than because he wasn't really fucking there, so he doesn't, I don't want to say he doesn't matter.
Well, I mean,
But there
If
you
he's not
go.
relevant to the story, then yeah, he doesn't
Not to
fucking
this
matter.
story, he doesn't matter.
Also,
So,
kind of a breath of fresh air where it's not like, and then the wife, right? Like,
right, she's the main
it's
focus
she's
of
the
this whole
fucking
story here.
main character. That's cool.
She's the main, and she's so sweet,
Yeah.
and she's just adorable.
Yeah.
And I would love to play her in the biopic. Um, but yeah, so it's evening time. It's dark out. Betty is in the kitchen. The kids, grandma and grandpa, are all in the living room. They're watching TV. And as Betty's coming into the living room from the kitchen, this bright pink light like comes through the windows of the house, and everybody is frozen like in tableau, except for her and her father, Wayno, which is a French, or not French, a Finnish name.
Kind of a cool
It's
name.
probably Vanyo, but I don't know because I
Yeah.
don't speak Finnish.
Wayno's cool.
Wayno is a cool name.
That's a pretty fucking bitchin' name.
Yeah, and then there's Daddy. So everybody's frozen except for Wayno and Betty, and Wayno leaves they go back into the kitchen, and like because like there's light coming from that way too, so they go back into there and they're like, what the fuck's going on? And then Wayno dips into the pantry to like kind of look out the pantry window to see what's happening, and he gets frozen in tableau again, and then Betty's in the kitchen and she sees these four beings come through the kitchen door. So they don't open the door, they like through it. And she says that they like kind of like bounce bop, like they were all coming together. And so Betty sees this insane thing happen to her. Her family is frozen in Templo. There's this weird, crazy light. These four beings have just bopped into her kitchen, and they are classic alien grays. She said that their heads look like a pear, but that was upside down.
Okay.
And there were three that were smaller, and they were all the same size. And then there was one that was bigger. Like other than that, they looked the same, except for they were bigger. And they were wearing little jumpsuits that had a bird insignia on them. So like, there's tons of drawings in this book. Please buy this book. It's so great out there. You guys read it. I'm insane. I'm definitely a crazier person. I wouldn't say that it's made me a better person. It's made me a more interesting person. That's for sure. But like, yeah, it's great. Yeah. So like, here's an image of like what she drew. That's who hung out in her
And it's
house.
like
And like,
classic
when
gray.
yes, but when this came out, it was not a classic thing. It wasn't like bread and butter of the alien abduction scenarios at that point.
Where was she again? Like in the country?
Oh, she was in Massachusetts.
Uh,
So on the East Coast, Northeast.
Massachusetts?
Yeah, Boston. She was somewhere north of Boston.
Boston?
Yeah, or south of Boston. South of Boston. Hang on, I'm finding her.
So this is like pretty far away from the Roswell incident. What year is this?
This is 1960.
Okay, you already said that. That's right, 1969. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
1969 in Boston.
And
okay.
So this whole book is basically like a transcript of the hypnotic regression therapy that Betty Andreasson went through after this whole incident. I'm just trying to like tell it to you like as she tells it in her regression therapy. But like, she says that the four entities, she said they came and followed the leader. They're starting to come through the door now, right through the wood, one right after the other. It's amazing, coming through. And I stood back a little. Was it real? Are they coming one after another? Now they're all inside. And so then she draws like pictures of what they look like, and I'll post pictures of this. I'll look up and see if I can at least. But so Betty sees these things come through, and do you want to know what she thought? Let me read to you a direct quote from this book of what her first thought was. I'm thinking, well, they must be angels, because Jesus, he was able to walk through the doors and walk in water, They must be angels. And the scriptures kept coming into my mind where it says, entertain the stranger, for it may be angels unawares. So her, bless her beautiful soul, her first thought when she sees the alien grays are to be like, well, it must be angels. The Lord has sent angels to me. And just because I don't understand, who am I to say what they're supposed to look like?
Yeah.
And then she decides that, like, next move after the aliens show up in her house. Do you know what Betty Andreasson does? Well, are you hungry?
God bless her heart. What a sweet
Bless
lady.
her beautiful heart and soul. She sees this unbelievably, like, inexplicable, ununderstandable, high strangeness, bizarro thing, and she's just like, what if I cooked you up some beef patties? I got some beef patties. I'm gonna pull out the no, you sit down. You sit down. I'm gonna make you some beef patties.
I feel like I would be like, did I eat something bad? Did I take drugs and not remember? Am I drunk right now? Like, I would
tripping balls.
That basically, right? Like, that's 100%. I would be like, what the fuck? Did I eat the worm?
It sounds like she was having a hallucinatory experience that she was just rolling right there with. You know, she was like, she stayed on the wave and she was just like, she was yes-anding her way through this.
Damn, what a badass.
Right? She just stayed calm. She was like, well, here they are. Do you want a beef patty?
I mean, like, but also like,
no, thank you. Our food must be burned. And she goes, oh, all right then. And she starts burning the beef on the stovetop. And they're like, no, we don't. No, that's not what we meant. Yeah. And they said that their food needed to be knowledge tried by fire, was what they said. Like hard-won, hard-earned knowledge. And she latched onto the word knowledge, because that's who Betty, like, and because of who Betty was, and because of her strong Christian conviction, she's like, knowledge, well, that means books. Well, there's one book. Oh my goodness, there's a book that they need to have. They haven't read it yet. And you sit tight.
Is it the Bible?
Yeah.
Is it the Bible?
And then she brings them her daughter Becky's Bible.
Did she burn the Bible?
No, she didn't burn it. She brought it into it.
Oh, okay.
And at this point, the guy, the biggest one, had introduced himself as Quasgar. And they had to sit down with Betty. There's a great spot in the book where it talks about how they were trying to phonetically render the main alien dude's name. And she kept saying it was Quasgar. They're like, so like Quasgar? And she's like, no, Quasgar. And like, Quasgar? And she's like, no on the end, Quasgar. They're like, Quasgar? They're like, yeah, that's what it is. You're like, what are you, a knock? That just kept, I was like, so like her accent, they couldn't, like, she was like,
yeah, it's a real thick
it's Quasgar.
New England accent.
Yeah, that Boston kind of a whatever it is. I don't think
it's
from Boston. And I'm not doing it very well, but it's just kind of flat. It's not bad. I like it.
You do it better than I do, as we discussed in the last episode. I can't do accents.
Oh, you could try.
I can do khakis.
Betty,
that's it.
She has her daughter's Bible in her hand, and she brings it over to Quasgar. And she says, oh, Quasgar, I have knowledge for you. I have the knowledge of the Lord. And then she gives it to him, and Quasgar goes, yes, thank you. This is what we're looking for. And then he puts his hands over the Bible, and he replicates it. And she's like, oh, well, this is nice. And then he gives it to his little buddies that he brought, and then they're like, Mom, yes. And as they're flipping through it, you know, I'm phonetically rendering whatever. But like as they're flipping through it, she notices that like the pages are glowing.
Oh.
And she's like, it's a little bit thicker than it was before. But so they like are basically like, yes, thank you for the Bible. And they go to give her a book in return. And so like they're back in the living room at this point. And Betty kind of looks over and is like, starts to kind of come out of her like kind of calm dreamlike state when she sees her family's there. And she's like, what's going on with them? Are they going to be over? Like, what's happening over there? Oh God. Oh no. And then they're like, oh no, Betty, calm, please stay calm. They're fine. See, we can bring them out of the trance anytime. And Snaps and the daughter, Becky, pops out. She's like, what the fuck? And then they like popped her back into the trance, and then Betty was like, oh well, that's fine.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, well, isn't that nice? Hang on, I gotta pull up the.
I don't know why, but like I'm just imagining like the mom from like the Goldbergs in this scenario,
Yes.
right? Like,
Yep.
God, I don't know her name. She's also in Reno 911. But like just her interacting. Just, do you guys want some chicken parm? Like, I could make it.
Right. So she was asked what was in the book that she had, and she says that she started to look in the little blue book. The first 3 pages were snow white, luminous white. And I saw the silver gray top thing, like coils, and there's sort of a wheel. Inside were 4 things. I can't make out what these things are, so I've come to the close of that book. I closed it. And then when Betty closed the book, the eyes of the entities focused on hers. And she says, and their eyes are so funny. One minute they're light, now they've got a big black ball in it. They move straight, especially that left eye. And then Betty, at this point, like, the alien creature asks, like Betty is like, what, why are you here? Like, why are you here? And he goes like, we've come to help. Like, will you help us? And she's like, well, how do I help you? And he's like, follow. Will you follow us? And he goes, oh God, are you of God? Are you of God? And they're like, follow us. Follow us. She's like, are you of God? If you wanted to say you wanted to help us, then tell me if you're of God. And they're like,
damn, Betty,
yeah.
Lead by faith, not by sight. Sorry, that's all I could think the whole time.
Yeah, and she's like, well, are you of God? I'll follow you. And then they're just kind of like, yes. Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yes. 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 And then they bring her on board the thing, and she gives us all sorts of incredible pictures of what she saw. And so Betty Andreasson drew these. These were drawn by her under a hypnotic regression therapy, and these are like just different things that she saw on board the vessel. This book is a treasure trove.
It's kind of look like
incredible.
nuts.
Yeah, and so basically the whole time Betty's just like, well, all right then, let's go, let's do this thing. They put her in a goo chair, as Henry Zebrowski so beautifully called it. In the Andreason Affair one, which he said that this woman also reminds him exactly of his mother. I'm like, I feel like this is if Gran was a Yankee. She's like, well, the Lord said I should.
Yeah.
It's the Lord. You got to do it for God. You got to, they may, just because they don't look like what you thought an angel was going to look like. What do we know?
Yeah.
And it's just the cutest fucking thing in the whole world. And that's why, like, so the aliens get her on board their ship or whatever. They've traveled either interdimensionally or whatever with Betty.
Okay.
And they have her change into a white robe, and she's all shy about it at first because she doesn't want, like, oh, but she's a modest one. That's not her husband. Oh. So they like give her some privacy, and she changes, and then they start doing a pretty typical, as of now, known as a typical UFO standard examination. So they take a big needle and stick it up her nose.
Oh, Jesus.
And she said, yeah. Oh, she describes like feeling the membrane pop.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh. And so they stick this big, long, like thin and fine, like a fiber optic kind of a deal, needle up there. And then when they pull it back out, it's got a little ball on the end of it.
A little sample of her brain.
Or potentially something that they had left inside in a previous abduction and that they had come back for.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what a twist. I wasn't expecting that.
Right? That's possible. That's fucking possible, dude. So they do that. They do the needle in the navel, which, if you'll remember from Betty and Barney Hill, Betty Hill recalled these same things happening to her. The needle up the nose, the needle into the navel, and then the needle in the navel starting to hurt, and then the alien like passing his hands over her face or like over the body, and then the pain going away. That same exact experience happened to Betty Andreasson.
Damn.
And so during this whole thing, like, she's just calm, she's just kind of going with the flow. Whereas like in other stories, like we were talking about with Betty and Barney Hill, with Travis Walter, with Walton, with some of the other Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind and beyond that I read about and looked into, like, people are like fighting it tooth and nail, like, you're never gonna take my, get away from my eggs. And Betty's she's just, oh, well, all right. Should I have brought the beef snacks? Your boys are so small, you're sure you don't want any beef snackies? You can't just eat books. You need to get out there and get some sun on your skin. So yeah, so she's just going along with it. So after the thing, they're like, please come, Betty, we will show you now. And they put her into the goo chair, which I will now describe because I love Last Podcast on the Left, but they're so fucking funny.
They are.
Those boys make me laugh and laugh. But so like there's this chair that, you know, like it had like a hollow like a person like space inside of it, and like this thing that lifts up, and like you'd sit down into it, and then the tube would go into your mouth, and then it would like kind of close over around it. And it, like Betty was like, at first she was kind of scared, she didn't know if she was going to be able to breathe, but then she could breathe. And then when she was going to, so this happens to her twice, so when she was going to the place to be examined, they put her in the goo chair, and like it filled up with cold goo, and she wasn't sure what was going on. And they put this stuff in her mouth that, it tastes like syrup. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's good. Oh.
Weird.
These are like direct quotes. Oh, that's good then. Oh. Well, I'm gonna hunt this up in this.
So this is just a New England woman, basically in an immersion tank. That's what I'm imagining, right? Is like an immersion tank, but like with a tube in her mouth. Just a little alien jism, like, and it tastes good.
Okay.
Interesting. Yum.
Yes.
God, man, just
so hang on. I'm fine. But she's like, the entities called to Betty, warning her that a liquid would flow into her mouth through the connecting tube. She was told to swallow. Why? Okay. And they gave me some more of that syrup. Tastes good, and it wakes me up like very sweet. I can still taste that taste. Feels good and smooth.
Just a little hint of pineapple.
It's sweet like a syrup, but it doesn't make me feel sick, because usually syrups make me feel sick if I have too thick a syrup on pancakes or something.
Oh, too thick. It was nice and thin.
These are the words that are written in this book. It doesn't make me feel sick, because usually syrups make me feel sick if I have too thick a syrup on pancakes or something.
Damn.
I want to play her in the fucking biopic.
Legit.
She's the cutest fucking thing. I'll find a picture for her and I'll post it.
Seems like an Amy Poehler SNL skit.
Yes, very much. And she also says this about them. They're saying, Betty, they're tapping on the glass for some reason, and they're saying, Betty, are you comfortable? Yes, I like it in here. And they said they're going to let me stay for a few more minutes. Oh, feels good.
She's probably just, I need a fucking break from my life.
Feels good. Sigh. It feels real good. They're putting that stuff all in it. It's getting and I'm breathing through the tube. Feels good. They're putting that, it's like a whirlpool on. This is so good.
This is like alien spa day for an overworked mom.
It really is. And she's later commenting that this is one of the few times they displayed overt concern for her. She said they had kindness within them. They had obedience within them. There was only a few occasions I saw sensitivity in them. When I called out to Jesus, that when I was getting changed. Oh, and also when I was in that seat where the liquid was coming in. It seemed as if there was something special. And then the person says, Neurad says, they treated you with a lot more sympathy. On the way back, they were much more sensitive on the way going. And by sensitivity, you mean sympathetic towards my feelings. So they were like nice to her.
That's interesting.
They
That's
were
like
they were
different.
very nice, and it all felt good. I'm like, and I think it was because she just accepted it.
Yeah.
She just accepted that this was happening. She's like, all right, well, okay, well, you have God, you'd say.
This is
No.
like catch more flies with honey, right, than
Oh,
vinegar, but like
absolutely. This
aliens.
New England mom
Catch
is ready to kill these aliens with kindness.
just catch more aliens with honey, cause the syrup's thick.
The syrup's good. It's not too thick. I don't care for a thick syrup. I don't like it. Sometimes you gotta heat it up, and that can help too, but too thick is
Oh
syrup.
God.
She's my
That's
fucking favorite
so
human
like
being.
what happened though? Like
So she gets back, and Kwazga tells her that she's gonna have to forget for a little while. And then it kind of goes into like weird like dream space where like Kwazga started to look like a bee and he had antlers. Or not antlers, more like feelers, or it could have been like a deep ridge. So like his eyes got bigger and like
like
weird dream
antenna
state
sort
stuff.
of weird.
Like he was a bee, but he wasn't a bee.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he tells Betty that she's gonna have to forget for a little while. That she's going to have to go back to her family and to everybody, and they're going to have to forget. And she starts, when they get back, she's kind of like worried again about her family. And they're like, don't even, no, Betty, don't you worry your pretty little head about your family. We've got them all taken care of. They're in this weird suspended animation thing. Turns out Becky had some pretty big problems, mental health wise and stuff in life. And so did Becky and Betty both underwent the hypnotic regression therapy to remember this kind of stuff. But basically, yeah, so they get back. And
wait, was the daughter taken at all? Or did she just remember kind of the blink out of time and then back into...
That is what we will get to in speculation later.
Okay.
So, they return back Betty. They tell Betty that it's going to take some time, but she has to forget that she's special. But she has to forget for a little while.
Did they tell her she's special? Oh, God, you need to watch People of Earth. That's a whole thing they repeat a bunch of times. Go on.
Okay, this is probably where they get things like this.
Yeah, I would assume that that's the joke they're getting at.
Yeah. So the next morning, Betty wakes up and makes the whole family a pancake breakfast.
Because she likes that syrup.
Just in a good mood. She just wanted pancakes. And she gets it in her dad. I know, dude. I fucking love her so much. I'm reading this book and like it should be terrifying, but I can just hear her in this little voice, and she kind of sounds a little bit like if Fran Drescher was settled down. And I'm not making the voice come out the way I'm hearing it in my mind because I'm not very good at it. She's just well, isn't that well, let's see.
So she makes him a pancake breakfast.
She makes a pancake breakfast. She goes, Dad, did something weird? And he goes, nope, absolutely not. It did not fucking happen. Nothing fucking happened. Nothing happened.
Yeah, but he's Finnish, so he probably had a weird accent. Do the Finnish accent.
No, nothing happened.
Finish him. Get it. I literally don't know what a Finnish accent sounds like, though.
I have no idea. I was just
probably a dopey English.
Kind of
Yeah.
Imagine it's the goal, but no, I don't have any fucking
I would
idea.
guess that it's...
And I apologize deeply to our many Finnish fans.
I don't think we have any Finnish fans, but...
You don't know that for sure.
There's people in Germany that keep listening to us, so that's fucking cool.
Dope.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically Wayno is just like, no, I don't remember shit. And then like later in life when Betty started going through the, because she wrote letters to a bunch of different people, and like Hynek originally wrote her off as like, put it in the crank pile, pretty much, and was just like, yeah, this isn't real. Like this is a little bit much. So then he let it kind of like sit off to the side for a minute, and like it kept kind of like just bothering him, just kind of nagging him away in his brain. Excuse me. And he didn't let it go. He picked it back up one day and he was like, you know what? This isn't exactly up my alley. But he kind of gave information to both Mufon and Kufos. And he was like, somebody out there is going to have something because Hynek himself he wasn't as interested in the abduction kind of stuff. It seems like he was really more into the nuts and bolts. He wanted to see some shit on the ground. He wanted to see like leftover evidence. And like, while there's nothing that can disprove anything that Betty Andreasson says, there's nothing that can exactly prove it either.
There's no physical
other than the
evidence.
fact that she has been through numerous tests, all sorts of different truth serums and like lie detectors and all that kind of stuff, and like, but really all that can prove is that Betty herself believes what happened.
Does she have like higher levels of like radiation? Because I think that's a pretty common symptom.
I don't think so.
Or did they even test for it?
I
would assume with 69, probably they didn't even fucking test for that. Because I thought Barney Hill, I thought like all the weird stuff like on his junk like was like indicative of like radiation poisoning.
It was concentric circles of warts. I'm not sure if that's indicative of radiation poisoning or alien
space
poisoning.
AIDS.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure about the radiation thing, but thank you for asking. Do you have pass?
I guess like it's only because I was listening to a last podcast episode recently, and they talked about a guy who gets abducted, and he has basically radiation sickness. Like he got like high doses of radiation that didn't make sense for the area he was in. Like he was a farmer in Italy, and it was like maybe he was in South America. No, I'm sorry, he was a farmer in Brazil.
Okay. I was really racking my brain.
Yeah, I don't think there's Italian.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. That's a weird case.
Yeah. Very strange case, but he had the high levels of radiation.
No, I'm not sure about the radiation.
Abducted. So
abducted.
So I guess like that's the thing that I would be curious about, right? Because when I know like I'm kind of jumping into a speculation thing, but I can't help myself.
No, that's fine. We're pretty much there. There's a lot more stuff like Betty seeing the image of or not even just the image, but like actually seeing a phoenix. All sorts of different stuff where they like kind of leaned into a lot of like, it seems like they kind of tailor-made this experience for her. And this one was one that I wanted to bring up kind of with like that whole Phalians and like
psychic link sort of a thing.
Psychic experience. Like the aliens are more of a psychic experience rather than a physical experience.
Okay.
Where like this, I don't think that anybody else would have had this experience with the Greys, regardless of whether it's intergalactic or interdimensional. Although seeing as how she did not have a large amount of like lost time or anything like that, it just leads me to believe that like you can't, like we were saying before, man, like you can't get out here. Like we're in the fucking boonies. Like nothing's gonna, what's that? The Fermals? The
Fermi Paradox.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to reference Furbies.
I could not remember the word Fermi.
No, Fermi is the philosopher he's an Italian philosopher that's named after.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's not a species on Star Trek?
I mean, it could be. I mean, all this shit is probably throwbacks to... I fucking wouldn't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna fucking know that shit. I like new age sci-fi for the most part. So
dude, you gotta watch some Next Generation. It's good shit.
I like Stargate and Stargate Atlantis. Like that's
that's fair. That's fair.
That's fucking good get too. After those.
But yeah, so it's like the Fermi Paradox kind of a deal. Like they can't get out here. We're so fucking far away that like thinking that this could be an intergalactic thing where Betty Andreasson was taken from her living room to another planet and then back in the span of a night. No. But to another dimension, perhaps, and maybe that has something to do with the weird goo chair, is that like it filled her up to keep her safe during the travels. That's been posited as a possible,
like the lube to basically slip into another dimension.
Right, or to like keep you safe because like it said that she like started to vibrate at the frequency of the syrup stuff that was in there. So like maybe it was a way to like keep the human body safe
Yeah, maybe. I
during
guess
the
like
travels. Who's to say? Who's to say? But Betty, she had a grand time,
yeah.
but she also had a lot of like PTSD and stuff after this. She tried to bring it up to her dad a few times, and he shut it down real hard. And she wrote to the National Enquirer, and the National Enquirer didn't publish her thing because they were like, a little fringy, a little fringy for the
Damn.
Enquirer.
Wow.
Right?
They're the ones who like, I had 3 alien babies. Like that's the National
that's Weekly World
Enquirer.
News shit too. But yeah. So finally, it landed on Hynek's desk, and like Hynek passed it off to Fowler and to some of the CUFOS and MUFON. CUFOS is, as we all know, of course, the Center for UFO Studies, and MUFON is the Mutual UFO Network. And they usually kind of like butt heads and are like at each other about shit, because nerds have to have like another group of like similar nerds that we don't like.
It's like the
as a Lord of the Rings nerd, I roll my eyes at the Game of Thrones people.
Yeah, it's like Star Trek versus Star Wars, like those, like
but I think also like in this like new age of nerddom, like you can be like the Trek and Wars battle. It's kind of like, who cares anymore? Obviously, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Like, even though like I grew up on Star Wars and I love the original trilogy with my whole heart, and like when I don't feel good, like I want to watch The Empire Strikes Back. It's a lot of fun. But like all the other shit that's around it, can it just go fuck off. Fuck me, Disney. Like, fuck off, Star Wars. Fuck off. Fuck off. Like, if you're not the original 3 of the original trilogy with Han Solo, then fuck off. So like honestly, Star Trek is better.
Like, are you saying that you don't think like episode 1 or anything is good? Are you saying that?
So thank you for joining us on 10 Hat Time today.
You don't like Jar Jar Binks?
No, unbelievably I don't.
It's, arguably the best character. So Jar Jar Binks.
Oh my god, you're such a fucking nightmare.
Dude, me and Evan get it. Jar Jar Binks.
You guys are wrong, and Evan is making fun of himself or you or something. He's gotta be doing like a long-term bet.
Isn't Jar Jar Binks like just like the Sith Lord or something? Like, isn't he like the ultimate bad guy?
Okay, god damn it, I'm leaving.
The totally different theory.
I'm gonna leave. I'm leaving now.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It took 22 episodes and our friendship is done.
Remember when I used to send you Jar Jar Binks memes like every day?
Constantly, all day, every day.
That was a good one. But
I basically sorry, I just talked over you. What were you saying? Was it just more Jar Jar Binks bullshit?
No, I was gonna speculate. I guess like the one thing I think it's interesting, right? So did she have any like actual physical like symptoms? Like did anything? No. Like Betty and Barney both had like physical symptoms.
Neither, or not with Betty Hill, or not with Betty Andreasson.
Interesting.
Like it did like kind of low key ruin her life in the way that like her marriage fell apart, and it became difficult for her to be taken seriously as a person, because like when that's why like I tend to believe people who come out and say this sort of shit, like that something happened. They believe that something happened. Not everybody, like, oh great, you're not everybody, but like she didn't have anything to gain from this. She had her reputation to lose. She had a lot of stuff to lose by coming out and like trying to reach out and like talk about it with people, but like there's nothing to gain from it. And like people try to be like, oh, but you could sell your life rights. What did she get? Maybe like 10 grand, 15 grand out of that? That's not that much, like she's not making, the Andreason estate is not making a shit ton of money off of these books that are out here. Like it was a bestseller in like 1970 whatever when it came out, 78 I think, 79, and but it's not like it's this fucking Harry Potter money or shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
they
I
might
just
get a
don't,
couple $100 every once in a
if
while.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like I don't see any reason why people would come forward with like this sort of a thing and just like be making it up. And like I said before, like she underwent enough like lie detector tests, truth serums, that sort of a thing where like she 100% believes that she is telling the truth because she believes that this happened to her in the way that she's telling it. She never contradicted herself. I don't even remember what point I was trying to make anymore, but
I mean,
she's a
I guess like the thing that I think of when it comes to, situations specifically like she was in, right? Her husband's laid up, a horrible injury. She's got 7 kids. She's got her parents in her house. I would think that would be enough to make anyone kind of mentally snap out of like just the stress alone.
stress. Yeah.
Yeah, like so it's like I'm not saying that that didn't happen, but like there is a chance that she literally had a fucking mental breakdown and she
Yeah.
100% thought that all of that shit happened to her and it was literally just kind of a psychotic break of just like it's fucking too much, you
But
know?
one of the things that's interesting, though, is that her story never changes. The details never alter. Nothing ever changes. And like
Yeah.
her daughter, Becky, can back up and like fill in holes of it. And then her father eventually like was like, fine, yeah, fine, I'll fucking talk about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it. I saw it. It fucks with my head every goddamn day that I saw this shit.
Yeah.
So like it's not just her,
Yeah.
which is like, I mean, like there's obviously cases of like folly do and shared hallucination, but
Yeah.
I just I yeah, she believes in this very like with her whole heart. Like, okay, so she and her husband ended up getting divorced because like this, like I said, it kind of like it ruined her marriage.
Yeah.
But she eventually found love with a man named Bob Luca,
Mhm.
who was also abducted by aliens.
Interesting.
And they had a fairly similar story, so they just like would make the circuit together and like tell their tales of the UFO stuff.
Yeah. Well, at least she found a community,
Right?
that's a thing. Like, at least she found a community. Her story is adorable, honestly, and kind of
It's
hilarious,
really, yeah,
but
it's
like
a
also
lot
sad.
less horrific
Yeah,
than a lot of other
definitely less of
abduction
a
scenarios.
downer than the Barney Hill.
Yeah, because he died pretty quickly after that happened to him, and like with an aneurysm, and like
Yeah, yeah,
what
fucking
caused that, you
wild,
know?
fucking wild. That
Right?
is quite the tale, though. That's a fucking great story, though.
Isn't that amazing? She's my fucking favorite person forever.
Yeah.
Forever from now on. Like, I love her so much. She's so cute. Oh, do you want some beef patties? Oh, well, then I just figured, oh, well, that's not, well, that's nice. Oh, I don't like too thick a syrup, like on pancakes or something. It'll make me feel sick. Oh my God. Oh my God, I love Betty Andreasson. I love her so much.
Yeah. I guess like for me, I definitely wish though that there was more like physical evidence.
Yeah.
Like even like I know it's a fucking bummer, but like the whole radiation levels in someone's body is like really interesting because it like
Because
indicates
it's
that
indicative of like,
they've
it's
been
a
to
physical
space,
measurable
right?
thing.
Like well like that's the whole thing, right? Astronauts have a higher level of radiation from being up in space, right? Like there's just higher radiation out there. So I think it's very interesting like when I don't know, people that claim to be abducted also have that. So
But
like they
she
got
didn't,
taken
maybe
up to
didn't
the
go,
mothership.
maybe that's what they had it kind of figured out with the goo chair,
Mhm.
was to protect her from the radiation of the travel.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, do you have anything else you want to add about the story of Ms. Betty Andreason?
No, ma'am.
Yeah,
That
neither.
was
Well, I guess the only thing left to say is to tell the people where they can find us.
Oh,
And you know what, you guys, that's
were you gonna tell that story from Haley?
oh, yeah. It's long and kind of tiny.
Because it's on your phone. Since we do have listener mail. Hey!
We have some listener mail.
That's very exciting. That's fun.
So, Haley sent me a story, or sent us a story about from the UFO update list 1997 that like space dumps were seen.
Okay.
I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but like it says anyway, there's a file titled Stumps from Space. This is a true story as far as I know. The people mentioned it in it are people I actually know. One of them was my dad. I can vouch for the fact that I believe what they told me and that they were all truthful. Whether what they saw was real or what, I don't venture to guess. For all I know, the CIA hit the town with a heavy dose of hallucinogenic gas.
Oh, shit.
There's the Stumps from Space. Oh. So apparently all this happened in 1975. And the dad ushered him into his office and sat down with the kid, related the following. It seems that Monday night there were strange lights on the north side of the mountain, strange sounds, and the kid claims he saw a spaceship, a saucer, right, come down out of the sky and land in a field not too far from his house. At this point, the story becomes rather confused. At any event, it appeared that the kids' folks didn't do anything, like call the cops or the press or anything. They more or less decided to ignore it, hoped it would go away. And they... Let me... Basically, they see, like, these weird stump things out there. So let's see what it says. This really happened right in Toledo by my dad's house. He said Jerry Pryor, who's the sheriff, still swears to this day that it's true, and he's in his 80s now. And Dad said the family moved up and away the same week. Dead cows in the area and lots of trees had bark missing. Super weird. Love listening to you guys. Aw, thanks, Haley. But yeah, weird fucking space dump. So I want to kind of try to cover it a little bit more in detail in actual next week land.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All
sorry.
right.
I didn't make that clear.
Okay. We'll dive into it. We'll dive into it more. Cause gosh, that's so cool though. Like,
yeah, it's cool and weird. And thank you so much for sending in an original story about like the weird UFO stuff that's happened to you in your life, Haley. I fucking appreciate it, man. Tell your friends, tell everyone that you know that if you have a strange story, if you have seen lights in the sky, if you have heard something go bump in the night, if you heard this story about this one time where your cousin Reggie, he done this, tell me about it. As long as it's not like, creepy bummers real life stuff. Like, did your cousin Reggie see a ghost in the barn? I want to hear about it.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I love the stories. Thanks everybody for listening. Check us out on Instagram. Slide into Hannah's DMs because she loves it. Email us your stories at tinhattimepodcast@gmail.com. Please rate, review, and subscribe. We would appreciate it so much.
Yeah. All right. We love you guys. We'll see you. We'll see you soon. Yeah. Who's to say when? Who's to say?
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Okay. Bye.